In the misty mountains of Wuyuan, a quiet village known for its blooming canola flowers and ancient wooden bridges, lived a young sparrow named Wei. Wei's life was filled with sorrow. His feathers were patchy from sickness, his wings too weak to fly, and his home, a broken bamboo basket on the edge of a crumbling roof. Every morning, he woke up to cold winds, no food, and no friends. His chirp was weak, his heart heavy. Villagers often passed by, but no one noticed the little bird hiding in the shadows. One warm afternoon, while Wei sat silently under a wilted plum tree, he spotted a white crane soaring gracefully through the sky. The crane was unlike anything he had seen, elegant, strong, and glowing with peace. Wei shouted with all the strength in his tiny lungs, "Brother Crane, please wait." The crane circled down and landed gently on a nearby stone. "What troubles you, little one?" asked the crane. Wei bowed his head. "I'm tired of suffering. I'm sick, alone, and hungry." "Where are you going?" "I'm flying to the celestial lake, where the winds are soft, the water is clear, and peace lives," said the crane. Wei's eyes lit up with a fading spark of hope. "Can you ask the gods when my suffering will end?" The crane nodded kindly. "I will ask, young one. Be strong." And with that, he flew away, disappearing into the clouds above Huangshan's golden peaks. At the celestial lake, the crane met a wise immortal monk seated beside a flowing stream of moonlight. The crane bowed and spoke of Wei's suffering. The monk closed his eyes, then replied, "He must endure 10 more years of sorrow. That is the weight of his past karma." The crane's wings drooped. "Is there no way to help him? He's just a little bird." The monk smiled gently and said, "Tell him this. In every moment, no matter how painful, whisper these words, 'Thank you, heaven, for everything.' His true test is not how he suffers, but how he accepts. Gratitude is the fire that burns karma." The crane returned and found Wei curled up under a leaf. "The monk gave me a message," the crane said. "Say, 'Thank you, heaven, for everything, always. Even in pain. Even in hunger. Even when nothing changes." Wei was puzzled. "How can I be thankful when my wings are broken?" But deep inside, he made a quiet promise to try. That night, when the cold wind blew through his empty basket, he said, "Thank you, heaven, for everything." When he searched for seeds and found none, he whispered, "Thank you, heaven, for everything." When the village cat chased him and he barely escaped, panting under a pile of straw, he still said, "Thank you, heaven, for everything." Days passed. Then one dawn, something changed. Rain fell gently on Wuyuan for the first time in weeks. The plum tree by his home bloomed again. A kind old monk from the nearby temple placed a bowl of rice near Wei's basket. His feathers began to grow, strong, soft, brown with golden tips. Wei flapped his wings one morning and soared. He danced in the sky above Wuyuan, chirping songs of joy. The villagers began to notice him, calling him the grateful sparrow. Children fed him crumbs, elders blessed him, and the old monk smiled from his temple steps. 10 days later, the crane passed by again. He stopped midair, shocked. "Is this Wei?" he gasped. Wei chirped joyfully, "Yes, brother." "But how?" the crane asked. The monk said, 10 years of sorrow." The crane rushed back to the celestial lake and asked the monk, "You said he must suffer 10 years, but he transformed in just 10 days." The monk opened his eyes and said, "Yes, his karma was heavy. But when a heart honestly, purely, says, 'Thank you,' in every moment, good or bad, it burns the burden of the past." Gratitude changed his path. His test is over. Moral of the story. We often cry out, "Why me?" when life becomes difficult. But very few of us stop to say, "Thank you even for this." Gratitude is not just a virtue, it is a key. A key that unlocks peace, strength, and even miracles. Just like Wei, you can change your life by changing your heart. From today, promise yourself, no matter what happens, I will say, "Thank you, heaven, for everything." Because sometimes, just one small change in your attitude can change your entire destiny. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to subscribe to Lantern Words for more magical stories full of wisdom, hope, and lessons for life. Your support lights up the path for many more.